Welcome back to the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And this is Football Sunday. It's finally here. I can't believe it. What I want to go over today is just want to talk about the matchups. The matchups, comparing the position players, Steelers and Jets. And also we're gonna do the prediction. I'm gonna give my game prediction of what I think is gonna happen today. So with all that being said, let's jump into this. Let's see here. All righty. So week one matchup, like I said, it's like it took forever for it to get here, but it's finally here. And we're gonna have some football today. So that's actually a good thing. So what we're gonna do, we just gonna just kind of compare what I think how the Steelers and Jets match up. So obviously the quarterback position, which is probably the most important position. Um, I think Aaron Rodgers, and it's kind of weird. It almost seemed like these two teams traded quarterbacks with Aaron Rodgers playing for the Jets last year and Justin Fields playing for the Steelers this year. I mean, last year. So, with that said, I really believe the edge to that goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think Rodgers is, Rodgers is always, he never say it, but just he's taking his game personally. And I'm not going to say that Justin Fields, he probably feel like this is a personal game for him too. But I just think at this point, Rodgers should have a better game. Obviously, he's the better quarterback, and the Pittsburgh Steelers definitely wins that battle. So our next thing we'll go to is running back. Um, I think the running game is kind of. I think honestly, I think both teams may struggle a little bit with the running game today. But with that said, I'm going to give the edge to the New York Jets because I think Brees Hall is really a top back. Um, but will he be able to show that today? I don't know. I don't really think so. I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for him to get going just because I think the Jets got some offensive line um, concerns right now. But I think overall, I think Brees Hall is a better back than Jamal Warren, and we'll see. I mean, Jalen Warren, he got the new contract, but the only thing that scares me about him is he's putting that ball on the ground. He puts that ball on the ground. Um, that's just an issue. You got Gainwell that probably get some time. Caleb Johnson, but the only problem with Johnson is going to be, I think right now his blocking is not up to stuff, and if Pittsburgh offensive line got some leakage going on, I think they feel better with Warren back there to pick up that extra block, to make that extra block instead of Johnson. So we'll see. But Johnson will get some carries in this game. But I think Warren is probably going to really tote the rock the most today. So we go to wide receiver. I think it's almost with your top guys, is almost a draw. Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, but I think the other guys, I'm gonna give the edge to the New York Jets because, and the only reason I'm saying that is they have guys with Reynolds and Lazard. At least they have guys that ain't had major success in the NFL, but they've done it before. They have done it. Where the Pittsburgh Steelers, I mean, Calvin Austin is still kind of getting into his own, but he missed a lot of camp with an injury. So he haven't had action in a while. And Roman Wilson just haven't done it yet. I mean, we've seen a little bit in preseason, but I don't count that. So I'm going to give that check to the New York Jets. I'm going to give that to the New York Jets. Now, moving over to the tight end position, we're not even going to spend a lot of time on this just for the fact of The Pittsburgh Steelers definitely got that position. They're definitely better there with Fryer, Smith, and Washington. To be honest, that green check there, that's probably going to be almost a permanent position for the Pittsburgh Steelers because there's not going to be too many teams that have the tight end depth and just the good tight end players like the Pittsburgh Steelers have. So that's going to be a no contest, and I think these guys are going to make some plays, and I think they're going to be a big factor in this game. Offensive line. Offensive line, I'm going to give it to the Pittsburgh Steelers just for the fact the Jets just had a major injury. The Steelers, even though the Jets have 2 first round picks on their offensive line, Steelers have 2 first round picks on their line. And I just think right now the Steelers' offensive line, player wise, is better. Now, will they perform the way they should perform? We will see. But I'm giving that to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think their offensive line is definitely have the talent to be a top offensive line. But we'll see if these guys can put it together and get it done. All right. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball. And this is actually where I believe the mismatch in this game and where this game is going to turn right here. And starting off, defensive ends, edge. The Jets do have with Will McDonald. I mean, they have a guy that's going to get double-digit sacks, but come on, the Pittsburgh Steelers probably the best edge in the game, and T.J. Watt. You got Alex Highsmith. You have Herbert. I don't know if he's going to play. He's questionable, but that's definitely going to be a check for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm looking for Watt to really come out and kind of show why he got that contract, and I see him having a huge game today. Even though it's a tough guy they're gonna have to try to contain, and honestly, that might even neutralize them a little bit just for the fact that they can't just come crashing in there because Fields will take off on them. On the defensive tackle part, again, it's almost a wash. I mean, we got Cameron Hayward. He signed his deal, so I guess it's all good. But again, he kind of practiced, but conditioning may be a little issue for him right now. Quentin Williams is a monster, and no harming today. So I'm gonna give that edge to the New York Jets just for the fact that Williams is a guy that can definitely wreck your offensive plan. But again, the Steelers just need to get healthy. They just need to get healthy back, in that position and get guys going again. And that's going to be a big advantage for them, I think. The linebacker. So we're just going to basically go to inside linebackers, and I think I'm looking for a huge year out of Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson. I think these guys are going to do a lot of things different than they did last year. The game should probably be slow down for Peyton Wilson a little bit. Usually those inside linebackers, year 2, that's when they really start coming into their self and kind of understand the game a little bit more. Patrick Queen, second year in the offense. I mean, in the defense. So now he should be able to play a little bit more naturally, use his speed, and help dominate the inside linebacker position. Cornerback, again, Pittsburgh Steelers, they revamped their secondary. You still got Porter, who's up and coming, and hopefully with the guys that surrounding him now, he kind of, fix his little issues that he have as far as grabbing and all that. But when you look at it with Porter, Slay, and Jalen Ramsey compared to Sauce Gardner on the other side. I'm gonna have to get the edge to the Steelers, even though Sauce Gardner is a top corner, and he's gonna have his hands full with DK, or DK gonna have his hands full with him. But I just think the Steelers really have a huge edge in this, and I'm giving that position to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then finishing it off with the defense, the safety position. Um, Really no contest here again because I think you got Jalen Ramsey, which you're going to play a little bit of safety, I believe. And then you have Thornhill, and so I just think this is probably going to be another position that the Steelers should be able to dominate here. So I'm gonna get that check to the Steelers. And like I say, this is where I think the game is gonna be decided on the defensive side of the ball. And I think the Steelers really have the advantage on that side of the ball. All right, so then we move over to the special teams and coaching. Special teams, hey, you got the best kicker in the game. You got the best kicker in the game. You got a great punter. So I'm going to give that to the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though Nick Folk for the Jets, he's pretty solid. He's been doing it for a long time, but Boz is the man right now. And then when it comes to the coaching, um, Aaron Glenn, this is his first game as a head coach, and Mike Tomlin been doing this forever, and I see the Steelers defense really dominating in this game. Um, Glenn probably will have some first year coaches hiccups, throughout the game. So I'm definitely gonna get a coaching to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, and I think the Steelers will take advantage of him being a new coach, and just some of the decisions maybe a little tough for him, especially this first game. So let's get to it. Prediction time. So my prediction is definitely a win for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think they win this game 27-13. And I think it's going to be a fairly tough game. But I just think at the end, the Steelers force Justin Fields to make some some mistakes, and I see the Steelers winning that. So with that said, sit back and enjoy the game. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will talk to you